and welcome to the Ben Avery Gymnasium, where tonight, Friday, November the 12th, we're having a doubleheader basketball game between Laurentian University Voyageurs and Lake Superior State. In the first game, second game, the local police versus the Canadian national team. With me is Jeff McKibben, the junior basketball coach at Sudbury Secondary School. And Jeff, we're looking forward for an exciting game.
Yeah, it should be a good game. Lake State always gives Laurentian a good game. They've had some intense battles over the years, and I don't think this year will be any exception.
And in our second matchup, it'll be you against the national team. How are you looking forward to that game?
Well, I don't know. I think single-handedly I'm going to have a tough time, but with four other guys out there, we'll give them a good go. They're going to be in better shape, a little bit better organized, but the game's for a good cause, and we'll have some fun.
Right. Tonight's game, all proceeds from tonight's game will be donated to the Joe McDonald Trust Fund for his children. Joe McDonald, police officer in Sudbury, who also is very active in community work and played basketball on the police team. Tonight's action will give the fans here something to yell and scream about. We're looking forward to it. Here we are down at the floor level at this big game between Lake Superior State and our own Laurentian Voyageurs. Game time in about 1 minute. Looking over Laurentian University Voyageurs so far this year, they have a 2-5 record, playing up against three of who they think will probably be in the top 10. Acadia, who was here at a tournament just the past weekend, and Brandon, Alberta, who they met out in the Western Tournament. Tonight's game, brought to you by Cable 7 TV, is partly due to the community interest in Joe McDonald Trust Fund. We're having a doubleheader here tonight, where the second game between the local police and the Canadian national team designed to raise money for that particular fund. With me is Jeff McKibben, as I said earlier. Jeff, we're looking forward to seeing some great basketball here tonight.
Yeah, I think it's about as good as it's going to get in this city, for sure. These two teams, as we mentioned in the opening, have gone at it annually for the last, I think, at least 10 or 15 years, and it's always made for some good competition.
Having played with the Voyageurs and being a standout CIU All-Star, Jeff, you've played against these American teams down in the States. Is there any difference playing them in the United States than playing them back here at home?
Not really. They, by and large, tend to play with more confidence and aggressiveness than Canadians do, and I think when I played, we only beat them once out of the 4 years, and they always had a strong team. They always played hard, no matter whether it was in Sudbury or Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
So basically what you're saying is sometimes that winning is an attitude, and if you play with that particular type of attitude, you're probably going to come out on top more times than you don't.
That's right, Rod.
Well, we're just about ready to start here, as both teams have gone to their benches to talk over some last-minute situations. We're going to have the introductions now of the starting lineups. Hopefully you can hear it over my monitor. The announcer this evening is John Campbell, coach of boys basketball over at Cambridge College. We're now playing in Division I basketball. Starting at forward, Rick Duncan for Lake Superior State. Number 32, Scott Grazer, a guard. Number 43, Michael Terzenko, the big man on this team, standing at 6'10", proving probably to be a force on the boards. Cameron McNary, another guard. And Eric Mank, a 6'6" forward. These are the starting five for the Lake Superior State Lakers. Here we go. Here's the home team of Voyageurs. Corey Bailey starting at guard. As you can tell by the crowd, Mike Scott, a local favorite from LaSalle Secondary School, out of the program run there by Mitch Lone and Jim Hand. well as coach Len Thompson. 21, Sean Swords. Chris Fisher starting at forward at 6'5". The Laurentian will definitely be outsized here tonight, Jeff.
Yeah, that's not unusual for them, though.
And point guard, Brad Hand, another product of LaSalle Secondary School program. The referees are taking up position. As you see on the screen here, you now have the starting lineups of both teams. Brad Hand will be the point guard rather than the center, as you see there. Laurentian not having what you call a legitimate center, runs a 3-guard, 2-forward offense, as opposed to most basketball offenses, which is 2 guards, 2 forwards, and a center player. Lake Superior State will be in blue. Laurentian will be in home yellow. I guess that's gold, right, Jeff?
That would be gold, yes. That would be gold.
Here we go. Looks like...
Let's hope for a good game. And by the way, Rod, I just want to tell you what a pleasure it is to be working with the Sudbury's own czar of the telestrator, Mr. Rod McHugh.
Oh, thank you very much. We're off to a good evening here as Chris Fisher will step in there to take the jump against 6'10" Michael Jerzenko of Lake Superior State. And Chris gets up there quick and tips it back to Brad Hand. And Laurentian will have first possession of tonight's game, looking to get it somewhere in there to get a good shot. Brad for 3. Off the rim, Fisher tips it back into Swords, looks for Fisher. He's tumbled inside, and looks like we're going to have a foul called inside there. Nope. I guess he walked under that pressure. McNary coming down to set up the Lake Superior State offense. Laurentian playing man-to-man. Look inside to the 6'10" post player, and he misses that one. Rebound to Swords. Long pass up the court here now to Bailey. Little jumper misses. Fisher tips it out to the outside. Bailey saves. Hands got it. No, Bailey was out of bounds down in there. And it'll be Lake Superior State ball. Both teams are working each other, looking for to get that inside game going a little bit. Inside to number 3. That was Rick Duncan, the 6'3" forward. He turns in for a lazy layup. Brad Hand bringing the ball up the floor here under pressure. Lake Superior State played a man-to-man defense. Bailey with the drive. Stop. Shot. It's off the rim. Tipped up again. Laurentian's really working hard on the boards, and Bailey comes away with it with a good second effort. Corey Bailey at 6'1", going up against the 6'10", boys.
Hard-working player from Toronto, Ontario. He's going to have a great career here at Laurentian.
Swords checking number 10. There, number 32 with the ball is Grazer. Long 3-point attempt off the back iron, taken away by Bailey. As Duncan missed that long shot, and Laurentian will set up their offense again. Laurentian not looking to run the ball too much, they're looking to set it up, work against their bigger opponents, trying to set up for a one-on-one situation. Scott from way outside, looks at Hand. Inside to Fisher. Fisher with the turnaround jumper. Good.
Oh, what a shot. Chris Fisher's got probably the nicest touch that I've seen from any big man in the 10 years I've been in Sudbury.
Well, a little turnaround fade shot reminds you of a man that played in the NBA for the Boston Celtics, Larry Bird.
Yep.
Here's a drive into the center.
That's right.
Kicked it out Swords. Nice steal as he played position very well. He's got the lane. He's got the layup. It's good. As Grasser and an errant pass, and Swords made him pay. Voyageurs lead the game now, as you saw, 6-2. The 17-minute mark here. Mink with the rebound. Turns, little lip shot off. Fisher with the rebound. Over to Hand. We got Swords wide open on the wing. He's got it. Going down the lane. And we're going to have a blocking foul called here against Lake Superior State as that quick outlet pass and then the long pass down the floor, and Swords taking it one-on-one drew the foul. We have a substitution coming into the game for Lake Superior State. And Jazenko goes out to be replaced by, I believe, number 24, Robbins, 6'5" forward. Well, Jeff, what are your feelings of the game so far?
Well, Laurentian's off to a good start, rebounding well. Lake Superior State doesn't look to be a real strong shooting team. They've had 3 or 4 open shots and clanked.
Do you think the fact that they've had to travel during the day may have
No.
have some effect on their shooting?
No, I don't think so.
Bailey with another strong rebound inside, puts it up and in. Although we missed the 2 foul shots, Bailey made them pay with that rebound.
Nothing wrong with missing a few free throws.
Stripped away by Bailey, loose ball, fought in there by Grasser. He's still got control of it, trying to go up, and he's held. And we have our first foul of the game against the Laurentian Voyageurs. And that'll be going against Corey Bailey, reaching in down there, fighting for that rebound as Grasser played very well in that center area against the 3 Voyageur players. Another substitution for Lake Superior State. Number 40, Vanderleek, comes into the game to replace number 3, Duncan. First shot, good. Makes the score 8-3 in favor of the Laurentian Voyageurs. Second shot's off the rim, rebound taken away there by Scott to hand. Long pass to Bailey, he's got the lane. Oh, and he misfired on the dribble.
Spent a little bit too much time looking at the defense there. Had himself a shot. I think he may have been trying to draw some contact there. Tough break.
Another substitution, Chris Gordon into the game, number 23. As Scott Grasser sits down. Dunk McNary here working against Swords. Inside. Stripped away by Bailey on a good defensive play. And it'll be Lake Superior State ball. Swords almost stole it. Drive inside, a long pass here. They don't look to take the 3 too often.
Nope.
Looks like a walk as Bailey causes another turnover with some great defensive work.
Well, we keep this up, they may have to use the bus trip as an excuse. They sure look rusty to start, don't they?
They sure do, but Bailey is looking very, very good on defense. There's a pass. Bailey looking across to Scott. Scott looking inside, nothing there, passes to Bailey. Fisher's posted up. Hands got it on the outside. Long shot off the front iron. And out of bounds, and it'll be Lake Superior State ball. Laurentian's running that flex offense. Jeff, what's that designed to do against a bigger opponent?
Well, basically try to get them on the move and get some kind of a mismatch. Get a big guy out on the wing on a little guy and get the smaller, quicker player to take him to the hole.
Here's the first 3 shot up there by number 23, Gordon. Rebound stolen from Bailey. Slapped away from McNary by Bailey, and he'll have drawn his second foul at the 16-minute mark of this game. And being their standout player so far on defense in the first 4 minutes, 2 fouls, looks like maybe Coach Campbell might have to make a sub here.
It's going to be a tough decision for him. It's real early in the game. They're up by 5. I think that's the right choice right there to bring the sub in.
And Jason Hurley, number 14, will replace Bailey.
Corey's got a lot of confidence. He won't let that bother him when he comes back out on the floor.
At the line, McNary shooting 2.
Clank.
Again, for you young players out there, keep an eye on the lineups as they set up for the foul shots. And you would have noticed that Laurentian, for some reason, let 2 Lake Superior State players stand side by side. That's a no-no in your home gym. But they got away with it as that shot went down. They didn't have to worry about a rebound. Brad Hand setting up the offense. Into Scott. Rubs off the screen by Hurley. Outside here, Swords tries to drive. Stolen away on an errant pass. Grasser goes in. Blocked off there by Swords. As Grasser took it too easy on that little layup. And brings it right down into the heart. And Swords is knocked flat after the shot and draws the foul. Now, he was fouled outside of the 3-point line. With the rules, Jeff?
I have no idea, Czar, what goes on there. I think he may get 3 fouls. I'm not sure.
Unless they call it after the shot. In other words, that it wasn't as he shot, he may not shoot at all.
You may be right. You may be right.
In normal league play, he would be shooting 3 if you're fouled outside that 3-point line. Hand going to run the offense again. Swords with the ball on the wing. Fisher's posted inside. Struggles away. Swords with the drive out to Scott. Scott looked for the three-point line. Backed up and took an off-balance shot, which wasn't a good idea. And the ball will be taken away by Lakehead. A lot of players want to shoot the three, and rather than worrying about where they are, they should just shoot the shot.
Yeah, I don't understand that. You're not set to shoot a three when you're going back, unless you're Larry Bird.
Well, that's true.
And there are no Larry Birds in the gym tonight yet.
Number 23, Gordon. Over to Grasser. Grasser looks inside. And Gordon's wide open, but he walks. Too wide open when he turned and saw nobody there. He took too many steps. Hand will bring the ball up quickly to Hurley. Hurley's outside. Back to Hand. Hand being watched by Grasser. He gets by. Kicks it out here to Scott. Scott to Hand. Fisher's posted again. Kicks it way outside here to Swords. He takes a step in. Passes to Hand for little J from the side off the rim. Rebound taken away by Lake Superior State. Gordon with a little behind the back dribble. Long three-pointer shot is short. Rebound taken by Scott. He's been fouled by number 20, Sean Marsh.
Laurentian's got to start looking inside a little bit. The ball's got to go in. Even if it's not going to go up from the inside, it has to go in to Chris Fisher. He's a very capable offensive player, and it's going to draw the defense in. It'll give those guys a little more time on the outside.
That's right. You beat a defense from the inside out, and Fisher posting up hard there is working really hard to get that ball to him, and guards have to start recognizing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Chris doesn't have any offensive repertoire. He's very, very skilled player in there.
Ball was knocked out of bounds there by Lake Superior State. Laurentian. Sawers going to inbound the ball to Hand. Fisher again posted. Can't get open. Hand's dribbling the ball around here, looking for someone. They're playing a little bit of a 2-3 zone, but they got back into man-to-man on the next pass. Swords is free on the outside. Dribbles in, takes the J. Good. It looked like on the inbound play they were going to be playing a 2-3 zone, and then after the second pass, he went back to man-to-man, and Swords just popped out wide open because his player was still playing inside that key area, and he made them pay. Long shot from the outside off there and taken away by Hurley. No advantage gained here, so you can look for Hand to set up the O. Kick it out here to Swords. Got the shot. Short. Rebound taken away by Lake Superior State. Gordon with the ball, working against Swords. Swords steals it. It's a travel, but no call. Pass up here to Duncan. Long throw over here to Grasser. Grasser with the shot, and it's good. Makes the score 10-6 in favor of the Laurentian Voyageurs at the 13-minute mark. Hurley with the shot.
Boy, that's quick.
Laurentian looks like they're playing a run-and-shoot game. It'll be a Laurentian ball out of bounds as Lake Superior State makes a couple of more substitutions here.
I think he beat the person in charge of the shot clock there. That shot went up before they had time to change the shot clock back over to 30.
Well, Laurentian sure is trying to break out and bring that ball down the floor in a hurry and get that shot up. Make use of their quickness versus the size of Lake Superior State.
It would appear so.
Ball again knocked out of bounds by Lake Superior State. Laurentian will inbound again. And with the ball. Lake Superior State playing man-to-man this time. Hurley drives the lane, looks out, shoots, in and out. Fisher with a long rebound and taken away by number 32, Grasser. Grasser against Swords. Swords slaps it off his leg. In here to Janescu. He's looking for somebody to screen. Duncan pops up. He's way outside. Here's a two-point shot. He counts it good. I think he was over that line, but sees Goodrow does it differently. Brad Hand working the ball against Grasser to Hurley. Inside to Fisher, out of bounds, and it'll be Lake Superior State ball.
Coach Campbell looks less than impressed with that pass.
Number 10, McNary, bringing the ball up the floor as he just came back in. He's working against Swords. Hurley checking him. Shots off the rim. Rebound by Swords on the far side. He's looking down the floor. He's bringing the ball out the side. Looking for something. Back to Hand. Inside here. And there was a foul as they pushed him. And that's a new player that's moved in the lineup here for Laurentian Voyageurs. Number 23, Dave Matt, a forward at 6'5", was pushed there by number 43, Jerzenko. So it'll be Laurentian ball, inbounding underneath the basket. Matt sets a screen. Hurley gets the ball, drives the baseline, kicks out to Fisher. Here's an easy shot, and it's off the rim. Rebound taken away there by Menk. Menk to McCrary. McCrary driving against Swords. Passes it back out. Here's a new sub in here for Lake Superior State, and he hits the iron, as that was number 15, Dockstader. Long pass, not able to save it, was Hurley, and it'll be Lake Superior State ball.
I think Jason was trying to get that one on the bounce, and it looked like it almost skipped on him there. He didn't quite catch it.
And also into the game, number 34, Adam Duzome, a 6'3" forward. At the 11-minute mark, it's 10-9 in favor of the Voyageurs. Ball inside of Zhenko, turnaround jumper is good, and he'll get that basket and shoot another from the line. As number 23 for the Voyageurs, Dave Matt, attempted to get up there to block the shot. For the first time in the game, Lake Superior State has the lead at 11-10. The 11:42 mark here in the first half at the Ben Avery Gymnasium, as the Laurentian Voyageurs play against arch rival Lake Superior State Lakers. Jenko misses the second shot. Duzome with the rebound to Hand. And working the ball up here against Dockstader. Pass into Scott.
Oh,
nice
boy.
little alley-oop and lays it in as pretty as you please. And right back at Lake Superior State. And Swords right there on Duncan. Little push off here. Duzome wasn't happy with his position and decided he better give number 30 Menk a little push. A lot of players playing behind people on defense have a tendency to do that on the pass in. They little push just to keep you off balance. Sometimes you get away with it. A lot of times you get the foul, and your coach does not like that.
Not one bit.
Long pass. Hand's going to beat him in a rush. So Dockstader stuck with it and comes back up the floor, as McNary almost passed that ball to his own basket. As you would notice, those of you that are watching the game, there was no over and back call on that, because on an inbound play, there is no territorial advantage gained there, so that you can throw it back over the line. And quick against Dockstader, blocked on the top there by number 30 Menk, but the foul was called, and that rolled the lane nicely for the layup. He'll go to the line.
Once again, Rod McHugh demonstrating his knowledge of the rule book. That's exactly the play there, Rod. The ball was touched, and therefore it became a horse race. That looked a lot like the teams that you used to have back in Sudbury Secondary, the running gun teams that used to like to fire it up and get after the ball hard, play the in-your-face defense there.
It was an exciting brand of basketball. A crowd would come and watch us play, and we filled the gymnasiums in those days in the late 70s and early 80s when Sudbury Secondary was a powerhouse.
A lot of good basketball players come out of that program. Looks like there's a bit of a resurgence there now.
Well, now we got a couple of good coaches over there
Yeah.
in our younger stream with yourself, Jeff McKibben.
That's right.
And Louise Belanche, a former Lady V, into our school. We're going to have a pretty good program there in the next couple of years, looking to challenge some of the big boys on the block. Laurentian trying a little double team against McNary. He breaks it up the floor here to Menk. Menk drives, and he's getting a call here one way or the other. It's either a block charge foul, and it is a charge as Laurentian have position. Terry Smith, rather, is not too pleased with that call.
Plain and Sudbury, Terry.
Right hand working up the floor against Dockstader. Shores breaks out and gives him the ball. Sets the screen away. Duzome on the baseline. Back to Scott for the three. Off the back iron. Ripped away there by the 6'10" forward, Jerzenko. Stolen by Swords. Kept alive by Matt into Swords, and it's good.
That's a real nice play there by the rookie from New Lister, Dave Mack.
Again, something that's very difficult to teach, to quickly react to the ball when it hits your body somewhere and to find it. A lot of young players out there, you should be doing your ball handling drills up and around your head, around your back. You never know when a bad pass might hit you, and you got to catch it. And as you saw there, that change over from defense to offense has to happen instantaneously.
Yes.
Timeout called here by Lake Superior State with 10 minutes left in the first half. The score 16-11 in favor of the Laurentian Voyageurs. Now, Jeff, you were alluding to maybe their legs weren't into the game on the trip and so on for Lake Superior State. We've gone through 10 minutes. You've traveled a lot of times to different games and so on. How much does that real jet lag affect the player?
Well, it gets right back to the point you made at the beginning of the game. Basketball really is as much a mental game as it is physical. And, it is difficult to get off a plane or a bus and get onto a basketball court, but if you're focused and you warm up properly, it's really not that difficult. Some players have more difficulty with it than others. I think you'll find by and large that the successful players are able to distance themselves from monotonous bus trips and prepare themselves a little quicker for the game.
Again, you allude to a word there called focus. Now, when I look at somebody trying to focus in, I see them trying to picture themselves much like a camera, seeing yourself doing things that are good, seeing yourself winning the game, making the play. Do you think young players should have dreams like that?
Yeah, I think that's important. I'm sure if you talk to some of the more successful players in and around this region and anywhere for that matter, they're able to see themselves doing great things on the basketball court. And eventually, if the effort's there, that'll come to fruition.
Good. And the game is underway again as number 23 Gordon long pass to McNary as Laurentian tried a little half-court trap. Meant with the drive up the lane, stolen away there by Swords to Hand. And Hand breaking down the far side, throws it quickly over here to Matt. Layup list, ball up by Scott, and he is fouled. There as Laurentian's really moving the ball in a hurry. Now Terry Smith is asking for a traveling call on Brad Hand, but I think there was no control there as the ball was being tipped from defender's hand to an offensive player's hand and back again, that he didn't really have control when he made those quick 5 steps.
I don't mean to keep talking about Sudbury Secondary, but that reminded me a lot of the days of Mike Powers and John Timchuk on the fast break. And Johnny would headman the ball to Mike, and that would be it. Very successful fast break. Lots of good athletes back then. That was an excellent pass by Brad Hand.
If you can outnumber them in the offensive end, you can get some nice, easy baskets. And outnumber doesn't mean 1 against 0. It can mean 5 against 4, as long as your horses are moving.
Yes.
That little basket made the score 17-11 for the Voyageurs, and you're still in a little half-court trap. Lake Superior State being a little tentative forward with it. Bring the ball over here. Dement on a nice layup in there as he found the empty space down the lane, and there was no real rotation there, and they got caught for a layup. That sometimes happens in a pressing defense. You take a chance. It's a gambling situation. You're looking to get that ball. Matt into the zone with the lane drive up and off. And here we get to the line to shoot 2 as Lake Superior State was a little slow there, meant moving over to block that shot. Jeff, both teams seem to be intent on taking the ball to the hole, to the basket. Regardless of whether a player may appear to have position and so on, they're letting the referee make those calls. Is this something that young players should be looking at?
I definitely think so. Basketball is essentially a game of one-on-one.
And there it is. There's Doom taking the ball. See how the other player moved in underneath him there.
You're taking them on. Make the defense come and play you.
Don't change your shot. If the player does not have defensive position, you're the eligible player to make that play.
Nice camera work there.
Gordon working against Swords. Presents the ball. Swords strips it away, but he's getting called for one from behind.
Ooh, that's a tough call there. Real tough call. Dave McKnight, probably one of the top officials in this city, saw that one. Looked like he saw a little slap on the wrist. Knight's sharp, knows the game, doesn't make many mistakes.
Sometimes when the ball pops out that easily, it's either a slap on the ball or it could be a slap on your elbow, make it go that far. For that game, Sean Swords was called for the slap on the elbow. Dujon with defense from behind. Stolen away by Scott and a good defensive play. Swords brings the ball up against McNary, takes the 3. In and out. 3 rebounded by the Voyageurs, and Fisher puts it down the drain. Again, we saw a decision made by Swords coming up 1 against 1, pulling up, taking the 3 because that was what was given to him, and knowing that the rest of the Voyageurs are going to hit the boards hard at the end.
Well, if you're going to pull up and shoot a 3 on the fast break, you better be sure you've got some rebounders there. That's a tough shot. Go from full speed to a dead stop. Sean Swords can do it. Not a lot of people can.
In any case, Chris Fisher at the line shooting 1. It's off the rim. Rebound taken away by Lake Superior State. McNary with the ball. Back to Gordon. 3 guards are McNary, Gordon, and Grasser for Lake Superior State as Gordon passes it off to the forward. In and out. Bailey kept it alive. Duzion to Hand. And brings it into the middle, waiting for somebody to show themselves being open. Draws the defense out, breaks back in, kicks it out here, Swords for the 3. Off the front iron. Rebound by McNary. To Gordon. And he was out of bounds. As he tried to widen the court just a tad to get that fast break, moving it up the floor. Again, Jeff, Laurentian doesn't seem to be worrying too much about setting up a type of offense as to getting a shot away in a hurry. Trying to get the running game going against Lake Superior State. Swords on the outside. Looking for somebody to pass it to. Over here to Duzium, to Hand. And driving the baseline. Kicks it all the way to Swords. Back to Bailey, who's got the lane. He's up. And it's in, but he's being called.
Yeah, that's a bad call.
He's called for an offense, and that's his 3rd.
That's not a good call.
Well, sometimes players make the wrong decision. Here's the replay, and you can judge for yourself. Did Bailey attempt to draw the foul as he moved into those 2 players that were down the lane, or should he stop at the foul line and take the easy popper? Well, that's history. In any case, he's got 3, and he's having to sit down. The Voyageurs get an easy break there as Lake Superior State wasn't sure in their alignment how to break that half-court trapping press that the Voyageurs are using. A lot of times, Jeff, a press works even when you're not pressing.
Yeah, 4 times in a row they've gone down. Lake State hasn't got a shot.
That hand out to Scott. To Swords. In the corner, does a little flip pass to Fisher, who tips it off and out of the way. McNary steals it and just throws it away. And it's out of bounds.
5 in a row. And counting.
It's beginning to look like Lake Superior State doesn't like the up-tempo game, even though it's still a very close game at 20-13 in favor of our own Voyageurs here. And we have a timeout as Peter Campbell wants to regroup a little bit.
Looks like Lake State may have come by way of Panama Canal. They look a little rusty tonight.
Well, it looks like he's getting all his players into the game early, and most of them have played. Most of them are trying to get the kinks out, trying to get it in gear. The game is not out of reach by any stretch of the imagination here. They're not in foul trouble as such, although I dare say that I think Laurentian Voyageurs with 3 on Bailey could be in a little bit of difficulty.
Yes.
Well, thank you for those wise words, Jeff. I know Jeff is caught up in the game. I don't know if you can tell by the way he talks, but Jeff is a Voyageur alumnus who played some of his best games here. We're not sure if they were on the floor or they might have been down the dressing room, Jeff,
in my head.
Coach Campbell. But in any case, you were focused when you did play. You were let's say you finished 2nd in the all-time scoring for a career. And you know very well the talents that it takes to play in this game. And all these players here have that talent is not to be denied. In some cases, good defense makes players who are very, very skilled look ordinary. All these players worked very hard to get here, coming up through midget, junior, senior ranks, putting in a lot of hours to get to play at this particular level. Up here, it doesn't matter what size you are, it's the size of your heart that counts.
Yes.
And here's Brad Ham with the ball. Working the ball in, looking for someone to be open. Duzium with it, out to Swords. Over to Scott. Scott tried to get it inside the Fisher, slapped away, and it'll be Laurentian ball.
Coach Campbell looking for an over-the-back call there. They've called it a couple times on Laurentian.
Correct. And in the background, just behind that inbound play, if you notice, there was Coach Ken Shields and his wife Kathy, both of them the national team coaches. Ken with the men and Kathy with the women. Lake Superior State on that miss brings the ball up the floor. It's Grasser looking out here. Nary with the ball, looking inside, back out here to Grasser with the 3 out and in. And Duzium with the rebound to Hand. And working the ball inside, kicks it back out to Duzium, throws it back into Fisher. Turnaround Jay, up and off the iron, taken away by McNary. McNary working against Scott. Ball stolen away there by Scott, but I think we're going to call a walk. But I think it might have been called a tackle and a block. I've seen plays aren't that rough when the Argonauts are playing. But in any case, it's going to be a jump ball situation. It's going to be the Voyageurs' ball as Mike Scott checks his face mask and throws the ball back in. Right hand works the ball here. The Swords. Fisher doesn't step to it, but he gets lucky a little bit. He stepped late, got his leg blown away by the defender, and he looks like he could be hurt. A little rule of thumb there, you people that are watching the game, especially young fellas and girls that want to play this game, never wait for the ball to get to you. You must go and attack it. Attack, attack, attack. Otherwise, the defender may just rip you apart.
Words of wisdom from the czar of coaching.
Chris Fisher at the line. Trying to increase the Voyageurs' lead here. First one's good.
I would have enjoyed playing with Chris Fisher. He's just a super ball player. Got the whole package.
Very nice touch in and around the basket. Works hard, doesn't complain. Does his job.
I think he's trying to run off a little more hurt than he's letting us know.
Well, just as he goes past the bench here, we can see that he does have a pretty good bruise on that left knee, and the other one now is the one that he's shaking out. So you can tell he's been in the wars down there in the trenches, what they call the post play. Again, the half-court trapping press set up by Laurentian. Mink trying to get it. He's been doubled. Duncan over here to Jazenko. Jazenko pushes his way around, and Fisher tried to come around as Jazenko presented the ball out there. Fisher tried to put his hand on it, and Jazenko took it away, drew the foul, and will go to the line to shoot two. That is the sixth team foul, or seventh rather, team foul for Laurentian Voyageurs. The Lake Superior State Lakers here have 10. Both teams are in the bonus with 6 minutes to go here in the first half.
I think Chris is hurt. I think he's hurt his knee.
Jazenko misses his first one. You notice him on the substitution, he was limping. Lake Superior fighting for the ball. Taken away here by Laurentian, and we have another new player in there for Laurentian, number 22, Casson. Scott.
Take him on. Take him on.
Being pushed out, Swords turns, squares up on his man, hand with the ball, looks, brings the ball in. Swords is open, but didn't give it to him. Over here to Scott. Scott tried to drive, ball's taken away. Slap hand has a three. Off the rim. Rebound taken away by Lake Superior State, and they're going to bring the ball up here. Number 3, Duncan. Looking inside of Jazenko, kicks it over to Grasser. Back to Menk, spins. A little shot, good on the left-hand layup.
That kid can play too.
Ball tipped away there by Grasser. His hand tried to hit Casson with the ball as they moved back into offensive territory. At 5:44 left in the first half, the score 21-15 in favor of the Voyageurs. Fisher, Swords rather, with the ball, working against Duncan. To Scott. Scott again won't look to drive. Over here to Casson, back to hand. Back to Casson. There's the drive. Here he goes. He's got the lane off the iron and slapped away by Lake Superior State.
Good call there. Good call. The refs have been doing a great job tonight.
Again, it looks like Scott, being a post player, when he gets outside in that flex, sometimes he's allowing his defensive player to come up belly up on him while he still has his dribble.
That's called a lack of respect. I've seen Mike play a little bit, and he's got a lot of agility for a young player. He really take that guy to the hole. There's a talented.
There's a nice shot. Mike Scott takes a turnaround J and puts it down.
Talented young ball player.
A little half-court trap, and McCrary didn't make it. Swords with the ball to hand for the layup as Duncan tried to draw the charge and played a little game of cat and mouse with the referees, but they didn't buy it. McCrary again with the ball. Lake Superior State looking tentative here.
Looks like they're running that Sudbury secondary press, a 1-2-1-1.
It really makes you have to have some patience, and people have to move if they want to get open on it. As Grasser misses that shot, rebound by Scott as he's a power on the boards now that Fisher and Bailey are out of there. And working the ball one-on-one against Grasser, has it stolen away as he just did a little casual flip pass. But he got down there and drew the block, and he'll be charged with a foul. And sometimes when you make an error at one end, in your anxiety to get back to undo the wrong you've done, you create another mistake.
Yes.
Thank you, Jeff. Here's the replay as hand is coming from the side. Didn't quite get the position, and was called for the foul on the block.
LC Scoudreau proving once again why he's considered one of the best refs, or probably the best ref in Northern Ontario. That was the right call.
In a lot of cases, the defensive player really has to be set a long time in order to get that charge call. Charge block call is a very iffy type call. Who had their feet down? When did the other player leave the floor? He deserves a right to come down. A lot of things take place, and when he was that far ahead of Brad really didn't have a chance to get position. Swords with the ball now, working up the floor against Duncan, over to Hand. He's almost open on the wing as they're trying to pull the big guy out from underneath the basket, and they've succeeded in that, but Hand loses control. Slapped away as number 52 there, again looking like a football player. Boros, 6'8", flattened Matt. Here's a long shot by Swords off the iron. Taken away by Sextenjuzenko. Hand gets the ball as it was slapped away by Matt. As Matt's really working hard against the big guy, who looks like he wants to bring the ball down and make everybody his size. And we have a step out of bounds by Duzome as he tried to drive the lane there. Yes, the big guy gets up there quite a ways, gets the ball, but he brings it right down to his waist every time. And Laurentian, being quick in there, gets their hands in, slaps that ball away. McQuarrie to Duncan. Duncan at the 10-second line. He's straddling the line now. To McQuarrie. McQuarrie inside to Grasser. Grasser drives, shoots, good. Number 52 out there for Lake Superior State. Boros is showing that he wants some playing time. He's knocked down a couple of Voyageurs, and that last play, he just knocked down number 3, Duncan. He doesn't care who he knocks down. He's a freight train, and he wants to play.
They got 5 fouls, and he will use all of them. Chop, chop.
Here we have some substitutions into the game with 3 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the first half, as Adam Duzome is at the line, 6'3" forward. In the bonus situation here. The score 26-19 in favor of the Voyageurs. Here's the replay, and as you can see, lazy defense as the player just reached around once the player beat him and drew the foul. First one's good. Second one's off the rim. Rebound by Lake Superior State. McNary brings it up. Laurentian playing man-to-man. Inside to Grasser. He spins out. Looks for McNary for the 3. It's good. Nice little touch there on a wide open shot. Swords calling a timeout here with 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go in the first half. The score 27-22 in favor of the Laurentian Voyageurs, and it'll be their possession when we get back here to playing, as Coach Campbell wants to talk a little bit about their transition game. Well, Jeff, McNary looks like he's got his shooting eye going, as he was wide open on that shot. Put the 3 in very easy. It looked like a setup play.
Yeah, he's had a few of those. That was the first one he's hit. I guess his defender thought he'd make him make one before he got up there, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
The player has to show you that he can at least shoot the thing a little bit. But again, Lake Superior State doing what we said at the top of the show is they bring that ball down inside the baseline, push it in, push it in, push it in, then kick it out for the open shot from the outside. And any defense, if you beat them downstairs, you can beat them upstairs later on. Coach Campbell taking a little bit of time here talking to his players as he realizes that the last 3 minutes of any half was when teams make certain adjustments that other teams really don't want to take a timeout on, don't want to change a little bit. And sometimes the game can be won or lost here with 3 minutes to go in the first half.
I think the boys are having the official riot act read to them in no uncertain terms, judging by the distended jugular vein of Coach Campbell.
Duzome will inbound the ball here for the Voyageurs. State going to play man-to-man, Hand in the backcourt, takes the ball. Working up against Grasser.
Take him on, attaboy.
Kicked it out here to Duzome, to Hand for the, didn't take the 3, moves it inside, kicks it out here to Duzome. He doesn't shoot it, steps in, kicks it to Hand. He doesn't shoot it. Takes the shot over 2 people and doesn't go. Duzome with a nice rebound, puts it in.
The Laurentians bending, but they're not breaking. They seem to be getting a basket at crucial times. Keep that lead at 5 or 7.
Again, if I look at what's happening on the floor in this man-to-man situation, they have them outside. Lake Superior State with a very tall lineup out there. So Brad Hand is checking somebody that's a good 6-7 inches bigger than he is. A nice little flip by Moritz there to
Amen.
score 2 points for Lake Superior State and make it a 5-point game. Swords is drive on the baseline, stops, takes the shot, it's fouled by number 20 there, Sean Marsh, a 6'5" forward. And Swords at 6'4" is deceivingly tall. In other words, he knows how to get off the floor in a hurry, makes himself play a little bigger than he really is. And again, we have 3 substitutions in for Lake Superior State, with the Voyageurs leading 29-24 with a chance to increase that lead to 7 points with Sean Swords at the line. 2 minutes, 21 seconds to go here in the first half at the Ben Avery Gymnasium. This is Cable 7 television bringing you Laurentian Voyageur basketball. First one was good. And the second is good. 31-24, a 7-point bulge here with 2 minutes to go in the first half. Half-court trapping press again. McNary bring the ball into center to Grasser. Grasser driving the lane, brings it back out to Gordon. Gordon spin dribble foul line, kicks it out to the side. Back to Gordon for the 3. Off the rim.
Blank.
And unable to save it there was number 40, Eric Vanderway, 6'6" forward. Again, sometimes it's difficult to tell the size of these players when you're watching on your screen because most of them are over 6 feet. They all look the same size. But there are some big boys out there, and they're playing some great basketball. His hand drives the lane, stops, takes the shot off the iron. Slapped away by Grzinski, rebound, fought for by Laurentian, but kicked out of bounds, and it'll be Lake Superior State ball.
Now, that number 43 there, Porkalinski or whatever, really goes hard. He really goes hard.
He gets up there for the ball. He has just a tendency to be a little lazy once he does get that rebound.
He's a hard-working guy, that's Porkalinski.
Grasser against Fisher. Grzenko setting the screen here, looking for Gordon inside. Kicked out to McNary. Back over here to Gordon for the 3. He's good.
That's a nice-looking shot there. Nice-looking shot.
And brings the ball down the floor. Duzium loses control a little bit. Kicks it over here to Matt. Inside to Fisher. To Hand. He mishandles it, so he doesn't shoot it. Good choice. Fisher with the turn. Good.
That's money in the bank there. I haven't seen anybody in the country stop that shot by Chris Fisher.
Well, by the time he lets it go, he's a good 6 feet away from where he started from.
Yeah.
Gordon drives against Swords. Hand pulls up, makes him shoot the J. Fisher with the rebound. That's good help side defense by Brad Hand. Getting in the face of the offensive player. Swords with the lane drive into Hand. He brings it back out as there was nothing there. Inside of Fisher, who's wide open. Little flip hook, and it's good. A little mistake in coverage there by Lake Superior State. And you get the defense, turn your head, you make them pay.
30 seconds left.
And Gordon with the ball. Working against Swords. Grasser's free on the wing. Inside to Grzenko, the 6'10" forward turns and shoots, and he drew the foul there as Duzium came from the offside to try to get a hand in his face.
Well, that's probably not a bad foul. You know, I don't know if any foul's a good foul, but there's 18 seconds to go. Put the big guy on the line, make him make 2 shots instead of a 3-footer, and they've got enough time to go down for 1 more shot.
Here's the replay as you get it inside. Grzenko spins, and Duzium comes over the back, although from there we couldn't see exactly what he did. It must have happened just as the player left the floor. He was called for the push.
I think he gave him a little push, yeah.
Here's the second shot. Off the iron, rebound by Swords. They have 16 seconds to go as Brad Hand will set it up, looking probably for the 3-point shot. Swords is trying to draw the defense out. He's playing way high. Duzium high out to Hand. They're keeping the ball up into Fisher. Turn.
Count it.
Good. 2 seconds left. Can they get a shot off here? There it goes. No shot. And so here we are at the Ben Avery Gymnasium at halftime. The score 37-28 in favor of our own Voyageurs against Lake Superior State Lakers. I'm Rod McHugh. This is Jeff McKibben. We'll say goodbye for halftime. We'll see you in a couple of minutes here on Cable 7 Basketball.
Please join Pastor Jeremy Mahood and the congregation of All Nations Church each week here on Cable 7 for Sunshine. Join the Sunday morning services, taped on location at All Nations Church weekly, for the inspirational message in word and song. Take the time for Sunshine.
Like a prisoner released from his shackles.
Breast cancer incidence increases with age. Hi, I'm Jackie Toms, administrator of the breast screening program in Sudbury, inviting you to watch a very informative 5-part series on breast health to be shown here on Cable 7. Remember, early detection is your best breast protection.
Connaître les services francophones disponibles au Collège Cambrian, faites certain de ne pas manquer l'émission Collège Cambrian au service des francophones.
This is Cable 7, your Northern Cable Community Television station in Sudbury.
Welcome back to the Ben Avery Gymnasium. At halftime, the score Laurentian Voyageurs 33, Lakers from Lake Superior State 28. Leading the way for the Voyageurs, Chris Fisher with 12 points, Sean Swords with 8. For the Lakers, it's Scott Grazer and Eric Menk with 7 points each. At the second half here, joining me in the booth is Doug Mackay of Llewellyn Park Knights, coaching the junior girls team over there. Doug, you girls are looking forward to a big playoff game here this week in league play.
We have a big game Wednesday for the semifinal, which probably will be Notre Dame, although they have to get by Lockerbie to get to us. But we've had 4 games with Notre Dame, and they've all been pretty interesting contests.
And where will these games be played, Doug?
Semifinals at Llewellyn Park, and the final will be at LaSalle on Friday evening.
All right, and the game is underway as McCrary brings the ball up over to Duncan into Grasser, working against Swords. Zazenko flashed into the high post, but nothing was there. And now it's McCrary to Duncan, over to Menk. Out to Grazer on the outside as the Voyageurs are moving quickly on defense, cutting off the lanes, keeping them outside. McNary looks inside to Zazenko, the 6'10", turns, shoots, is good.
Nice touch.
A little bit of patience shown on the offense there, Doug.
That's what you want to do, get it inside those big guys.
Right hand looks inside for Fisher, slapped away by Zazenko. He's got that long reach on the ball and brought up the floor again with Duncan. Working against Swords and Scott. Tries the lane, runs into Fisher.
Looked like a...
And the referees are conferring on the call.
It's one of those questionable ones. I thought it was a charge from here myself.
It's a block being called on Fisher.
Well, those are judgment calls. So we got referee tonight, Cease and Ben Scoche and Dave McKnight.
Dave McKnight. As Zazenko again works inside and lets go on a nice little jumper. He's got 2 baskets here in the early going as Scott dribbles it off his foot out of bounds. And very quickly, the Lakers have closed the gap to 5 points against the Voyageurs with only a minute played here in the second half.
Looking inside again.
Menk drives the lane, pulls up, takes a
nice
left-hand layup.
Nice drive, man.
And again, these players are so big, when they get that one step on you, they can make the layup. As Swords drives the line, Deduzio home for the J. Good.
Nice shot.
So Laurentian answers with their first basket of the half.
Well, Laurentian, I guess this year is sort of in a building year. They've got a lot of new faces out here.
A lot of young players, but a lot of desire, a lot of effort. As McNary hits that 3 from way outside, shooting it up over Swords. Swords against McNary, drives down, kicks it way out here to Scott. Scott fakes Zazenko, who falls. Back to Hand. Here's the O outside the 3. Hand setting up the O. Looking inside, trying to drive.
Oh, nice
Flips to
pass.
Swords. Swords to Little J is off the back iron. Fisher tried for the rebound, but Menk kicks it up to McNary. Brings it down the court against Hand. He's going to set up the offense here as they've scored fairly easy when they've run the set offense. Menk looks to drive the line. Gets the shot away as he was fouled by Duzone. And for Duzone, that'll be his 3rd personal foul, and it'll be the Voyageurs' 2nd here in the second half.
Still, well, it's 8 points, eh? I mean, 2 points. The math isn't too strong.
You don't teach math over there at Llewellyn, right, Doug?
Oh, they do.
39-37.
They don't let me near that department.
Good. Hopefully you're not in accounting either. In any case, they're at the line in an effort to tie this game. Good on the first one. 1-point ball game here. Only 3 minutes gone in the second half. Menk. Good. High game. Voyageur ball. You're enjoying basketball on Cable 7, your community network. Laurentian Voyageurs versus the Lake Superior State Lakers. Ball will be out of bounds to Laurentian, who calls a timeout as Coach Campbell decided he needed a player substitution and wasn't getting it in this transition game, and decided he better call a timeout so he can get his troops organized.
So it's even now. They're down 5 and have tied it up. I missed the first half, so...
Well, in the first half, it was a situation where Lake Superior State looked a little rusty. They're missing, hitting a lot of iron on their shots. Laurentian was just outmanning them on the boards, running the floor very, very well. It looks like Lake Superior State has attempted to shut that down by running a controlled offensive series and working that ball inside to their bigger players.
Yeah, they're using a lot of patience. They use a 45-second clock down there, so they're used to a little more time anyways. So I guess they develop a little more patience.
Correct, and sometimes against a really gung-ho defense like the Voyageurs were exhibiting in that first half, if you can just slow them down, take the tempo away from them so that now you start to dictate the tempo, you can get them out of the rhythm, maybe get them out of their game. Well, here we go, that's the end of the timeout.
That Winky's quite we're trying to see 43. There's a big.
Jerzenko, 6'10".
Jerzenko.
Again, Doug, they're all big compared to you and I out there.
Well, that's
very
true.
few of them under 6 foot. It's just that when you're 6'10", you look a little bit bigger than some of the others. Swords in the side to Fisher. Turn, shot, it's off the top, but Duncan fouled him. And so Fisher will go to the line for 2, as there are a lot of pushing and shoving underneath. Scott looks like he's coming up limping on that little action. Jerzenko rubs his nose. He may have got something in there. As when you get into that post area, there's jostling for position. Here's the replay. Swords trying to get the ball in. Fisher gets it, turns, and is fouled on the elbow. Yeah. And Duncan turns and said, "Who, me?" But in reality, he did hit the elbow.
A little off balance in the shot.
Fisher's good on the first one. Second one rolls around and drops. Shooter's roll. McNary going to bring the ball up here. He's a half-court trap.
Yeah.
Long pass over here to Grasser, who pulls it down. Brings it inside. Bailey watching him. Or to McNary. McNary working the ball out against Brad Hand. Laurentian's in a 2-3 zone. Lake Superior State going to set up a particular offense. Duncan reacts quickly, catch the ball there. Grasser looking inside for Gerzenko. Here's a long three off the rim.
Good
Duncan
board.
got away with a push on Scott, who had good position on that rebound, and Hand brings it up here to Swords. Swords working against McNary, kicks it in here to Scott, to Bailey. Out to Hand, inside to Fisher.
Nice.
Fisher looking for Swords, comes up with it. Flips into Fisher.
Oh, nice try.
Fouled
nice
again
try.
by Duncan, who came on the help side and slapped the arm as he tried for the ball.
A lot of motion there, a lot of motion. A little more patience.
And we have a substitution into the game for Lake Superior State. Vanderik comes in and Duncan sits down, as that was his 4th personal foul, and he'll have to take a rest. And pushes Grasser away. Over to Swords. Back to Scott. Scott's being pushed out there by Gerzenko. Gerzenko foul, gets away with it. Swords with the ball. Scott drives Gurzenko back to
Nice.
Fisher. Fisher
Oh.
knocked the ball away. There was Grasser. Swords hit the front iron.
Looks like Laurentian's trying to slow it down or get a little more passing in their game right now.
Again, I don't know if that's their game plan or if it's just something that the defense from Lake Superior State has done to make them work the ball a little more. As Gurzenko tips that ball up and in. Tie game here. 4 minutes gone in the second half. 41-41. Fisher working against Menk. Scott's out here against Gurzenko. Should use his foot speed and go by him. Swords working against McNary to Bailey. Look inside for Fisher. Nothing was there. Bailey drives. Flips it off. Is slapped away by Vanderwey. McNary up to Menk. Menk drives. Kicks it back out here to Grasser for three. No good. Menk fights for the rebound and slapped out of bounds, and it'll be Lake Superior State ball.
Well, Laurentian's sure hustling. They're working hard in defense and pushing that ball up the floor.
Substitutions in here for the Voyageurs. Hurley comes in for Fisher, and Matt comes in there for Scott.
Now you know better. This is Fisher's last year too,
Yes,
and probably Brad Hands, I suppose.
yes. They'll be graduating at the end of this year. Gordon over to Vanderway, back to Gordon. Gordon looks to drive, passes to McNary. McNary down the corner to number 20. He takes his shot a little bit short, slapped away by Menk. He gets it, and he
gets
makes
a
it
foul.
as Matt fouled him. A long shot there taken by Marsh, and Menk got proper position, got it, and was able to go up and make the shot after being fouled on the floor by number 23, David Mate.
So Lake Superior's pulled ahead by 2 now.
They'll go to line to make it 3. Here's the shot. Good. We have a substitution. Duzon coming in for Hurley.
Now you did quite a few games. I'm not familiar with a number of these players in Laurentian because unfortunately I didn't get to see them play all that much last year.
Brad Hand works the ball up here to Swords.
Except on cable.
You got to watch your local community channel. And we have a foul on the floor there as Swords drove the lane and was fouled. And he'll be shooting 2 at the line. That foul there was on number 23, Chris Gordon, his first foul. Team's 3rd. First one's good.
All right.
Sean Swords with his second shot. Good. Makes it a 1-point game in favor of the Lakers.
All right.
Little half-court trap again. Tentative play here by the Lakers. Gordon now dribbling the ball. Laurentian going to be back in the 2-3. Kick it into the corner for the long J. Rebound Menk as he's being a power on the boards, and he
That's
makes
right.
them
Nice
pay.
board. Nice board. Nice rebound.
Eric Menk, a 6'6" forward, working hard on the offensive boards. Brad Hand works it in, kicks it back out to Bailey, back to Hand. Matt's trying to post up inside. Hand steps at him, passes it in, he turns.
Oh,
Didn't look for it.
miscommunication.
Three-pointer by Hand is long. And Gordon brings the ball up the floor. Long pass, almost tipped away by Bailey. A running one-hander there is tipped away. Menk fights
Good
for the
boards.
board, gets it, tipped away again.
All right, good work under there by Laurentian.
And Duzon pulls away a tremendous rebound and kicks it out to Hand. Up the floor to Swords. He dives there,
pass.
kicks it
Oh.
to Duzon. We got a block being called there by number 20 before Lake Superior State, Sean Marsh. As it appeared for a while there, the referee sort of just said, hey, let's let them play.
Yeah.
And a lot of the reaching and what they call fouls in the first half weren't called. The play is getting a little bit chippy. Into the game, number 52, Aaron Bortz, a 6'8" power center for Lake Superior State.
Yeah, they have good size. I think they got a distinct advantage there.
Laurentian is outsized at all positions except at the point guard.
True.
As they wipe a little moisture up off the floor, and Sean Swords will be inbounding the ball underneath the Lakers basket. Duzon sets a good screen. Matt's open on the post. Bailey is pushed a little bit, gets the ball over to Swords, to Duzome. Duzome looking for Matt, moves it around here to Cassone. Cassone to Duzome. He flips the shot to Cassone again. Back to Duzome. Here's his job. Good night. He missed that by a long shot, and the rebound tearing away there by the Lakers.
Lakers are certainly doing a good job on their defensive boards. I don't think Laurentian's got too many rebounds in the second half.
They're not getting too many second shots. And again, their shot selection, they could have had that shot very, very early. Didn't look like they were working very hard. Duzome finally turned on the guns and shot it. But passed up probably a little better shot a couple of times. Matt looking inside, puts it on the floor over here to Cassone. He has it slapped away by Gordon.
Okay.
13 minutes to go. It's a 48-43 game in favor of
bad pass.
Bad pass slapped away there by Lake Superior State,
Good
but
pressure.
staying by Cassone, and he brings it back up the floor to Bailey. Bailey's being held, no call. He's being pushed, still no call. Letting him play. Swords with the ball, long shot, three-pointers.
Nice. They needed that. That closes up a bit, so it's a 2-point game, 48-46.
Gordon with the ball now, working against Sword. Drives the lane, stops, shot, in and good.
Wide open in there.
Swords bringing it up the floor to Bailey. Bailey drives the lane, pulls up the foul line, shoots, but blocked a little bit in there by number 40, Vanderway. And Grasser brings it up, has it almost stripped away there by Cassone. Back to Grasser. He drives against Swords, kicks it out to Vanderway, a long shot off the back iron, rebounded away by Cassone. Swords driving
Right
down
through.
the floor, flip shot. But he's going to get the call. He'll get the call as the defensive players must have moved. And once that player's in the air, you can't move in under him or you're going to be calling for the block. And that's exactly what happened as number 40, Eric Vanderwyk, stepped in on Sean Swords. And Sean will go to the line shooting 2 in a 4-point game.
Sean, is this his third year or
Second year.
second year? He's come around. Playing really well.
First shot's good. There's the replay as the foul was called there on number 52 rather than Vanderway was called on number 52. Looking at that replay, Aaron Bortz must have pushed him because Vanderway looked like he had real good position inside.
Nice pass. Beautiful pass. Over the shoulder.
A little give and go, post to post. And that's what you look for. Look for your partner and get it down the lane.
1-point deficit for Laurentian.
Nice jump shot, taken in there by number 24, Robbins, for Lake Superior State. And Swords brings the ball up the floor again. Working against Grasser, out to Duzome. Over to Bailey. Trying to set up the offense. Bailey moves Duzome through, clears him out, going to take him one-on-one.
Good drive. Nice pocket.
That's it. Say, here we are. You want to play? I'm going to take you to the hoop with it. He just cleared out the other players and went 1-on-3 and made the basket. Inside the boards with the turnaround flip shot, stolen away there by Fish on a rebound. Bortz commits another foul in his anxiety to get the ball.
Laurentian's really come back at that initial little lull at the start of the second half. They've got right back in there pretty well basket for basket now. They're playing a lot better.
And both teams are bringing in fresh troops.
Brad Hand's back in.
To go here in the second half. As Mink, the power on the boards for Lake Superior State, is back out there, as well as 6'10" Jerzenzik. And Brad Hand, the point guard for the Voyageurs, will control the offense here on out. Cassone with the ball, looking for Scott. Dribbling against McNary to Bailey. Bailey's going to drive the lane.
Nice.
Gets to Fisher. Here's the shot. Looks pretty good from here. In and out.
Too bad.
Bailey fighting for the rebound. Scott takes it, throws it off a player,
good play.
and keeps the ball. Nice little play there by Bailey to find Fisher wide open at the foul line, and a good play by Scott to save the ball. Voyageurs looking inbound the ball. Casson was wide open underneath, but didn't turn to look. And fighting against Gordon. And he's fouled by Gordon, as Lake Superior State seems to be doing a lot of reaching, slapping for the ball. Not too worried about fouling the Voyageurs, as they've committed 7 fouls now to the Voyageurs 3, and will be in the bonus.
This must be one of McKnight's and Mr. Gautier's first game at this level refereeing.
It probably is. Both of them
is.
are very, very capable referees. A lot of experience down there in the senior league and men's league, and are quite able to keep up with the pace of the game, and they're working with a very experienced official in C. Scudero.
That's for sure.
In and out, Fisher with the board. Kicks it back to hand for 3.
Nice
Good
shot.
shot.
Okay, they got the lead again, 54-52.
And Gordon brings the ball up against hand. 10 minutes to go in the second half in the game. A long shot by McNary. Rebound taken away by Mink. Stolen by Bailey. Slapped along the floor. And Fisher will be called for a foul.
And the foul situation.
Again, that's only the 4th team foul. Fisher's second personal foul on Fisher. Only person really in foul trouble there is number 20, Marsh, for the visiting Lakers. McNary, long pass over here, and a long shot taken by Vanderway, and he misses. Rebound.
Good block. Nice block.
Blocked by Scott, as Gordon tried to put in the layup on his rebound. Gordon with the ball way outside, kicks it out here to Menk for 3. It's good.
Oh, good shot.
Menk can do it inside and outside here for the Lake Superior State Lakers. And he's proven that he's a great player. Right hand brings the ball to the floor. Fisher sets a nice screen. Hand with the ball, now being pressured out there by McNary. Over to Bailey. Bailey looks to go. Takes it inside. Scott with the ball, being pressured by Mink. To Bailey. Bailey's going to drive the lane.
Nice drive.
Step, slaps away.
Goaltending. Good call.
That ball was above the rim. I don't know if we'll have that one on the replay, but that ball was up above the rim when he slapped it. And that's a no-no in this league.
It was a nice drive. Nice drive was done.
Here's the replay. As you can see, that ball was clearly above the rim as it was disappeared in the end for our Northern Cable Broadcasting Station. And working there against Gordon. Gordon drives inside.
Good pass inside.
Pushes off the Menk.
Nice play.
Spins and makes the easy shot. Game is turning seesaw battle here. A 1-point game in favor of the Lakers. 57-56. And to Bailey. 9 minutes to go in the game. Fisher pops out, takes the ball, working against Guzanki. He drives, and Guzanki fouls him about 5 times.
Another one.
And I think the Voyageurs have to do that with that type of aggressive defense that these Lakers are trying to play, coming playing in-your-face basketball. You're going to have to take it to them and make them pay on the foul line.
That's his 3rd or 4th. Is the green light the first half?
No, green light means you were starter.
Oh, okay.
White lights are fouls.
Oh, there you go.
Give you a little lesson on the scoreboard.
Yeah, well, that's a nice scoreboard. I mean.
Fisher at the line. Voyageurs trailing by 1. Tie game. 57-57. 8:56 to play. Fisher at the line to give the Voyageurs the lead. Here's the shot off the back iron. Rebound by Casson. The hand. He didn't take the 3. Pulls it back out. Being checked by McNary. Takes a drive in. Dishes out to Bailey. Fisher's open at the high post. Bailey looking like he wants to move.
Nice move.
Tough to move when the defense is on you that tight. Kicks it all the way across here to hand for 3. Doesn't shoot it. Now he does.
Goes. No.
Off the iron. Menk steals that rebound away for Casson. And McNary brings it down the floor for Lake Superior State.
Mink.
Vanderway to Menk. Menk to Grasser. Grasser looking to drive against Bailey. Feeds it inside to Menk. Back to Grasser. Back to Menk. Menk doubled by Bailey. Bailey and Grasser fight for the ball, and it'll be Lakehead ball. As Bailey doubled down on that feed inside to Menk and really worried him a little bit. He kicked it back to Grasser, and with his quickness, Bailey was able to get back out there on defense. As you can see on your screen, it's 57-57, tie game, 8 minutes and 12 seconds to go here in the second half of the ball game. Fisher with the board.
Nice break.
Swords one-on-one against McNary. Stops, takes the short J, misses it. Menke fights for the rebound, kicks it in here to Grasser on a nice little play. As Sean Swords decided that McNary had position on him and decided to take the J rather than bring it down the lane. Menke way outside here against Bailey. Long pass over to Vanderway. Flips it inside. Kuzenski, the turnaround jump shot. Follows it up, misses.
Oh.
Swords keeps the rebound away from him. Drives the ball up into Scott. Scott with the little J up and rolls out. As the V's have come up short on two little J's now.
That's right,
where they could have taken the lead. But they're playing great defense here against a much bigger Lake Superior State team.
Yeah.
Menke tries to throw it inside, and Fisher slaps it away, and Bailey breaks away for the Voyageurs. He's got hand
nice pass,
and Swords.
right over.
Swords,
and
he misses it. We got a charge being called. And a bad decision made by Swords on that particular play, but it's one of those bang-bang situations. You're giving the ball so close to the hoop, you haven't got a chance to really look. You got to go.
Yeah, he had a good run at it. That's, again, referee's got to make a decision in those.
Well, he did what he had to do. He was fed the ball a little close to the hoop. The only thing he could do was keep going and hope the referee made the call in his favor. On a fast break, if you're not going to shoot it from the high post, you better give that winger the ball in plenty of time for him to change direction.
Good
Otherwise,
point.
he'll always be called for that charge. Ball over here to Duncan. Tried to flip it inside, and Bailey slaps it away.
Bailey's playing really well.
As Duncan tried to get that ball inside the boards, Bailey timed it perfectly and almost stole the ball.
You know more, where is Bailey from? You know?
Bailey's from Toronto.
Toronto.
Gordon working against hand. Inside the boards. Board spins. Flip shots. Good.
Nice shot.
And the Voyageurs come back on offense. Right hand driving up the middle against Gordon. Grasser out here on Swords. Into Hand. Hand with the three. A little short. Bailey with a tremendous rebound on the far side.
One of the first offensive rebounds I got.
Back in. Over to Fisher. Fisher trying to drive. He's being held. And the foul's going to be called on Bortz, number 52. As he made a good drive. And I think that's what the Voyageurs have to do. The defense of the Lakers is such that they're right in your face, and you got to make them pay for that.
That's
you have
right.
to believe as an offensive player you're better than the defender, and you got to take it to them. Chris Fisher with a chance to tie it up here from the line.
Nice. Okay. There's 6:23 left. Nope.
Fisher off there and rebound by Bort, stolen away there almost by Swords. In any case, Gordon brings it up for the Lakers to Grasser. Looking inside, Duncan has it on the outside again as Bortz tries to post up against Fisher on the inside. And Fisher's fighting, keeping position. Ball stripped away by Bailey.
Nice play, Bailey. Bailey's having a super half. Nice pass.
Swords, little layup.
All right, pretty play. Nice play.
On a needless foul. The coach won't be happy with that. Sometimes you have to give up the layup because you haven't got position. There's no sense putting them on the line. In any case, it's a 1-point lead here for the Voyageurs with a chance to make it two. Dougie, sometimes when you're following a guy in for a layup, you just got to say, hey, he's going to miss it, and I'm going to play the rebound rather than try to strip it away from him. And Swords makes a tremendous defensive play as he strips the ball away from Gordon, who's now made two little mental errors, and he'll be substituted for as the coach isn't too happy with that. And Swords makes a great defensive play there and steals the ball. Hand with the ball on the outside. Drives in.
Good drive.
Left hand.
Oh, too bad. That's got to go.
Fisher
nice.
with a tip. Rebound out there to Hand. Swords kicks it back to Hand. A little penetration dribble. Hand with the ball. To Duzome. Fisher brings up high for the screen. Duzome tried to drive the lane and was held there by 52 Bortz.
They're driving well to the basket. Like I say, they're beating their man and forcing Lake State to adjust to their drive.
Well, Dougie, when a guy's going to play you belly up, when you still have your dribble, you
better
have to
beat
make him pay. They got to be showing you some respect. If they don't show you any respect, well, you got to take it to them. You're good on the first one, make it a 3-point lead for the Voyageurs. And the second one's in and out. Fisher with a great rebound. Flips it up, in and out. Another tip shot there by Swords, and it's good.
Really good job down there in the last couple of minutes in the offensive board. They've got 3 or 4 rebounds in a row.
5-point lead for the Voyageurs as Duncan comes around sort of long past to McNary. Throws it inside to Robbins. Back out here to Grasser. Grasser against Bailey. Bailey staying with him here. Looking inside for Duncan. Nothing there. Robbins kicks it all the way over here. And they're content to keep it on the outside. The big man is out, so they're going to try to keep it downstairs. Flip shot inside the board. No shot. No shot.
Clock ran down. Good defense.
The defense and their offensive selection at that time seemed to work against them. Without their big man in the post area, they didn't look inside a couple of times. They were content to keep it out, and the clock time worked against them.
I guess they're just resting him for the last little thrust in the last 3 minutes.
5 minutes to go here in the game.
Less than 5, right?
5-point lead for the Voyageurs with their possession. Fisher with the ball inside. Triple team. Bailey with the keeper. Looks to drive the baseline. Here's the shot. Short. Duncan with the rebound. Swings his arm. Kicks it over here to Grasser. Down to Vanderway. McNary with the 3 is good.
Looks nice. Nice form.
Brad Hand brings it up over to Swords. Swords takes Vanderway down the lane. Flips it into Fisher. Good shot. As soon as the defense comes to help, the pass is there. Everybody's got position. Everybody on the offense has their eye on the ball at all times for a 4-point lead for the Voyageurs. Way outside, Vanderway. Off the back iron. Rebound by Menke. Puts it back up left. Gets his own rebound. Kicks it out here to Grasser. Back inside to Duncan. Duncan looking for something to do with it. And he decides the best thing to do is to score, and that's what he does. As he turned on Sean Swords and turned and put it down there.
Well, I guess
Did that go in, Dougie? I couldn't see somebody walking in front of me. Well, then he'd be shooting 2. In a 4-point game, 66-62 in favor of the Laurentian Voyageurs.
Well, we got a good crowd here for that Joe McDonald benefit falling here.
Yes, this is the first game of a doubleheader with the Joe McDonald Benefit Fund. The Laurentian Voyageurs versus Lake Superior State Lakers. Our second game will be the Canadian national team against Ontario's finest. A team made up of a lot of police officers who play on different teams around the country. Well, primarily in Ontario, and a few ex-Laurentian alumnus.
And quite a few ex-Sudbury High School All-Stars, or number of high school All-Stars.
Right hand working against Grasser. Swords just couldn't reach it as he stepped out, tried to maintain his balance, went off his fingertips out of bounds. McNary bringing the ball up against the man-to-man defense of the Voyageurs. To Grasser. Grasser looking inside. Duncan with it up off the rim. Duncan slapped at the rebound. It's on the floor. Bailey's knocked flat.
He's not moving too much.
Bailey looks like he's been injured there as they went to the floor. Something was stuck, and we're not sure exactly what the nature of his injury is. It may be his foot or his knee. We're not really sure, as he seemed to have something pinned as he went to make a move and ended up falling flat out on the floor.
I didn't see it at all, and he's moving his legs.
He's rolling over now, and here's the replay. And so if you watch inside there, you'll see that as he tried to make a move, number 3 Duncan was lying on one of his legs, and he may have hurt an ankle or may have just happened to fall wrong on the floor and hurt himself.
Yeah, it looks like if it's an ankle, it's probably that left ankle. It's the only part he hasn't moved yet, so. Well, that's too bad, because he's played an outstanding second half.
Played an outstanding first half. Dougie drew some fouls early, and Coach Campbell had to sit him down, but he's been outstanding here. And you're right, it looks like it's his left knee or left ankle that sort of stayed behind when the rest of his body started to go forward. And that's a key injury here for the Voyageurs with only 3.5 minutes to go in the game. as Bailey was a power of strength on the boards for the Voyageurs.
That's right, a real offensive threat too.
So Matt's into the game with Scott as they try to put some size into the game. Brad Hand up against Grasser. Working one-on-one here. Fisher trying to post. Matt trying to post. Hand got
Nice
the lane.
drive. Oh,
He
too
went
bad,
to
a little
flip it in.
hard.
Didn't make the shot as he had the lane. But he was under a tremendous amount of pressure in there. McNary comes back down the floor. 3 minutes to go in the game. A 3-point lead by the Voyageurs. Duncan kicks it out to Grasser. Over to McNary. Flips it inside to the big guy. He rolls
Nice
it in.
play.
As Met just takes that ball, one steps into the hoop. Soares with the ball. Works it up the floor. Over to Scott. Scott to Hand. He's open. Doesn't shoot it.
Good
Flips
pass
it into
inside. Nothing. Oh,
Matt put it on the floor to turn around. A no-no in basketball.
that's right. Not in there.
And in any case, McNary comes down. Big difference between the rookie Matt and a player like Menk. When Menk got that ball inside, he turned his body, never put the ball on the floor and put it in.
That's right.
Matt
Step the basket.
bounced the ball to turn his body and lost it. A little rookie mistake there. Jerzanczyk got the post, brings it down, takes the jump shot and misses. And we're going to have a call here from the offside.
It's against Lake State. Must be
As number 3, Duncan, pushed Hand out of the way to go for the rebound. And Brad Hand will go to the foul line in a 1-point game, 2 minutes to go.
.209. 66-65 for Laurentian. Coach is making some signals
Now again,
across
in
there.
league play, Dougie, you can see that the timer's bench signaled there to be 2 shots. Less than 2 minutes to go when you've committed over 9 fouls. They automatically come to 2 shots. It's not a 1-on-1 situation. It'll be automatic 2. That's to try to discourage teams from taking fouls near the end of the game to play catch-up ball.
Is that a new rule in university?
New rule
Yeah.
this year. And
That's a good idea.
he makes one of the 2, make it a 2-point game, 2 minutes to go. Little half-court trap here. Menk brings the ball up, stolen by
Nice
Soares.
play. Here it
He's got a
goes.
layup to Hand. It's in.
All right. 4-point lead now.
Again, Menk a little casual on his control of the ball against the half court. And now he picks it up a little early. Hand working against him, McNary. Laurentian going against in a man-to-man. They have a big matchup. Differential there. His hands checking Matt. Tried to make him pay. Jerzanczyk misses the ball. Grasser jumps into the stream, shoots and misses. Batted away. Another bat away, and a basket's going to
Yeah, they got
recount this
3
time. As Laurentian was just outsized
That's
down
right.
there.
They had 3 chances at Lake State, and they can't keep those big guys out of it.
Well, Menke's 6'6", and Jerzanczyk is 6'10". It's tough for the 6'4" and 6'3" Voyageurs to keep track, and Vanderway's at 6'6", so it's a difficult time in there when the ball is just being tapped and kept alive for you to do anything about it. You got to fight for position. Every time the ball changes position, you got to change, and sometimes you just get caught out.
Okay, we're down to minute 26. 3-point lead or 2-point lead. Check that math there, eh?
Oh, your math is awesome.
Could be
I'll
my
tell you
eyesight.
that.
Could be
It's
my eyesight.
69-67. Here's the
Let's
replay of that
that
last
score.
foul
Okay.
as they were having a scrum underneath, and you can see as Grasser went up for the shot, the pushing and shoving underneath, and finally there's a slap over the back there. They're going to call that as a basket. It's going to count, and he'll go to the line shooting 1 to make it a 1-point game if he's good on it with a minute 20 seconds here to go.
Okay.
Still working on Bailey over there on the sideline. I don't think he'll be back for the remainder of this game.
I don't think so. They
Looks
got-
like he has an ice pack on his leg.
Yeah.
He seems to be smiling a little bit, but I
Hope
don't think we'll see him.
When's Laurentian's next game? Next week? Guess they probably got the week off now.
After tonight's game, they'll have a week of rest before they go on the road again.
And where are they next week? Any idea?
Why do you ask me questions I have no answers for, Doug?
Well,
Is that in the script?
that's the only way to find out.
As we see young Mr. Bailey over there with a big ice pack on his left ankle. Grasser's good. 1-point game. Favor the Voyageurs, their possession. With 1:26 seconds left, there's probably about 4 shots, 4 opportunities on offense here. And that'll be Laurentian ball as it's slapped out of bounds by number 20, Marsh. 1:17 to go, and every possession is going to count from here on in.
Yeah, they get pretty critical
and
here.
Fights around the block, being checked by McNary.
This is when you're okay.
He's in trouble.
Good pass. Oh,
Slipped in, and Met commits a foul.
that was a nice pass. He was pretty desperate to pass it.
It was a desperation, nice pass, and I think what helped him out was that he knew who he wanted to go to, and Fisher said, hey, you're coming to me. I'm going to give you something to do with it. And when you want to lead a man, you slip it into the hoop as he did, and Fisher made the play, help out Brad Hand. What happened there is he took his dribble, got trapped up top, and no Voyageur actually came over to help him other than Fisher. And when Fisher was coming towards him, it was shut off, so he just went back door. Brad saw it, flipping the ball. Great play.
2 veterans working together.
First one's a little short. Legs are getting a little tight here as he has muscle against these big guys. One looks like it's in there. 2-point lead, 1:05 to go. Little half-court trap again. See if they get that turnover. See if they can play a little bit of a delay.
That's right, they're slowing them down.
There's a timeout.
Good.
Timeout again, a little bit of panic timeout, which is good for the Voyageurs. So with 59 seconds left on the clock in a 2-point game, the Lake Superior State Lakers have called a timeout to discuss the strategy. Coach, talking about the girls' playoffs coming up this week. Overall in league play, who are the powerhouse teams?
Well, in senior, naturally, LaSalle. LaSalle game went undefeated, and after that it was quite close. In the seniors, Llewellyn ended up in second with a I guess a 5-3 record, and then I think tied with them was Confederation, but Llewellyn had won it on the point differential, so the semifinal game will be at Llewellyn, and then Marymount was in 4th, I believe.
And the finals of those will also be going probably at LaSalle Secondary School.
That's right. The semifinals for the seniors is on Tuesday night, and for the juniors is on Wednesday night. And the finals for all divisions are on Friday at LaSalle.
Great. We hope to see some fans out there, to see some of our local young future stars in action. Hopefully a couple of those players that are playing in the junior and senior teams may later start here at Laurentian and play for the Lady Vs.
Yes, that'd be nice to see.
Support these young people as they're playing a great game. Ment will inbound the ball for Lake Superior State. They're going to run a line here, looking to see if they can get that ball down the floor. Probably looking to throw up a shot inside, draw the foul, and make the shot using their size. McNary with the ball to Grasser. Vanderway looked like he wanted to pump the 3, but he changed his mind. Back to Grasser, to McNary. Inside him to Ment. Ment drives, turns, spins, shoots off the iron. He gets his rebound. It's on the floor.
Good hustle.
Turnaround jumper is no good. The fight for the ball. Slapped away. Kept by hand.
Move.
Hand is fouled. As we look over there with Sean Swords, who made that dive into the bleachers to save that ball for Laurentian Voyageurs.
That was good hustle on both sides, actually. But Laurentian came up with it, and with 32.8 seconds, they have a chance to really put a lot of pressure on Lake State, force them to possibly try for a 3.
If you look at the replay here, the ball is tipped around. Swords dives, throws it as he's being undercut there, and goes through the bench on a great concentration play by Sean Swords. And also a great play by Brad Hand to get himself into position where he could get that ball. A 3-point lead. Now Brad Hand has a chance to make sure that no matter what they do, they can't tie this game up without getting 2 possessions. You have a 3-point lead. Make that 4.
Okay.
With 32.8 seconds to go. Here comes Gordon.
Get a fairly quick shot, probably.
Vanderway to Grasser in the corner. Here's the 3. Off the iron. Rebound fought for inside and ripped out. And he traveled.
He traveled.
Trammell trying to get himself into position. 23 seconds left.
Timeout. Timeout. I thought we were going to get a timeout. They're going to have to put some kind of press on. They got 23 seconds to go. They're going to have to get the ball, hopefully, and try and get it twice.
And Coach Smith of Lake Superior State is complaining a little bit to the trail official. Sees Goudreau and sees the day. That was the right call. The little guy was down inside there with the big boys, and the only way you can get open down there is sometimes bend the rules, and if you get caught, it's a turnover. So, Dougie, if you were Coach Campbell with 23 seconds left in a 4-point lead, what would you be talking to your boys about?
Well, obviously, you don't want them to turn over the ball, so you want them to make sure that they get open. It's their ball. Probably, well, they're going to expect the press, that's for sure. What kind of press? Probably some kind of man-to-man press, I would think. And so you want to open up the whole floor, spread them out, and see if you can get the ball in, and then probably get it to Brad Hand if you can.
Right, Brad Hand just made 2 from the foul line. I'd be looking to get it into the point guard, have him just sit there, let them foul him.
That's right.
I'd be talking about what we're going to do after we make our next 2 foul shots, and what kind of defense will we be playing, because I think we're going to get the ball into Brad, and they are going to foul him. And I would not let it out of his hand. But they did. Fisher with the ball to Sword.
Good ball moving. Move it around.
Move it around. Here it is.
Well done.
Long pass
well
here
done.
to Scott. 11 seconds left. Scott
Nicely done.
Into Scott.
Well done. Good spread offense.
And they make them pay.
I think it's a big win for Laurentian. Got to give them a lot of confidence beating a team like Lake State. They've had some big wins so far, but they've had some disappointing losses this year. So
well, they played some pretty teams in the top 10, like playing Acadia the other night here in the Laurentian Voyageur tournament, where we saw an outstanding game between the Concordia Stingers and the Acadia Axemen. Probably both teams will be in the top 5 of the rankings, and they did very, very well against them.
Yeah, it was an outstanding tournament. I didn't get to see it because we were playing a tournament ourselves, but I would have liked to have seen that. One of the tough parts about coaching basketball, you never get to see it when you coach. You only get to see your game.
Matt will shoot his 1 shot, and on the ensuing argument, Coach Terry Smith of Lake Superior State took a bench technical, so Brad Hand will be going there to shoot 2 with 7 seconds left, and I think this is going to be academic for the Laurentian Voyageurs. Misses the first one.
It's still pretty academic.
I think he just lacked a little bit of concentration on that shot. And sometimes it's tougher to shoot when there's nobody standing there. You really have to concentrate. Now Brad Hand just did something that may have cost him a technical foul if he was playing out of town. But when you're in town, you can get away with little tricks like that. Scott trying to inbound the ball here to Fisher. He tried to feed it into Matt. It was tipped away there. McNair in a long pass. Takes the layup, makes the basket.
Well, like I said, a nice win for Laurentian. They beat a pretty good team. Had to fight some big players off. Did a good job.
And a good round of applause for the fans who appreciated the action here at Ben Avery Gymnasium, where Laurentian Voyageurs have defeated Lake Superior State Lakers by a score of 75-70. For Rod McHugh and my cohort here, Doug Mackay, we'd like to thank you for watching OUAA basketball on Cable 7 television. And after a short break, we'll be back with the next game.